This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Burke, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
I'm Kelly Thompson, and you're listening to Capes and Lunatics.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of Capes and Lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Hello and welcome back to the Capes and Lunatics episode 147. I am Phil. Joining me as always, the Prince, the Pauper, the Madman of New Jersey is
Charlie, the Professor Esser.
and the Sleeping Beauty of Florida, the Queen of the Armadillos herself. It is.
Hey y'all, it's Lil Hellfire. And Phil's petty, but I deserve it. It's fine.
Don't make her throw an armadillo at you.
Hey, I'm just defending my boy Charlie Esser. You're like, why isn't he here? And why is he 3 minutes late? And I was like, well, why are you an hour and 3 minutes late? And you're like, oh no. Anyway, but did everyone see? Yes, it's episode 147. Did you see the big booking we might have? Looks like we may have for episode 150.
Ooh. The Doombot himself?
Yes, we may have Master Doom himself for episode 150.
Ooh, Master Doom.
If not, he can just send in a voicemail.
In his romp.
He can pull a Ray.
In his romp.
It'll be fine.
That'll be fine. Okay. When are we doing that? That'll be Should we say what that day is? Now is it that coincides with when it airs or when we're recording it?
It'll air 2 days before my birthday, so I'm just calling it my big birthday episode from the Egomaniacs.
Yes. Okay. That's fine, Philip.
I'm a giant egomaniac, so I fit right in here. So
exactly.
Yay, egos. The living planets.
All right. So hey. They keep releasing the Batman news on a daily and pictures and news on a weekly basis.
I think they should really keep it to themselves because people are so ready to be critical of it already.
I like it, Lilith.
Oh, he liked the Batmobile.
Yeah, well, I saw a picture of him in like his bat suit without the mask. I thought he looked nice. The little yellow bat symbol.
Ooh.
I like the yellow. It reminds me of the 80s. Oh, and actually his logo
Which
is
yellow. What they're going for.
Mm-hmm. Kinder, gentler Batman.
I kind of like that.
Want kinder, gentler Batman.
I know it probably not I know it's probably not as realistic, but I kind of want them to go back to more tights and not like full armor and like rolling tank fortress Batmobile. I like the 80s Batmobile look.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing is they're demilitarizing the Batman, and I like that. That's good. Making a nice bat.
It makes more sense in an urban environment. You know, they do have sleeker stuff for urban combat and stuff like that, so it would make kind of sense.
You know, to be fair, I don't think Batman should be blowing up Gotham half the time. Mm-hmm. Man uses too much explosives. It's like, well, it's not a gun; it's just a missile launcher.
Yes, but then who gets paid to rebuild the city? Bruce Wayne's company.
It's the only
companies, subsidiaries, shell corporations upon shell corporations, and all that chaos to steal all the orphans for all that adrenalized blood. I'm just saying, it all works out for Bruce.
I'm just saying, the man, I think is the only employer in all of Gotham. It's a one-company town.
No, there's other companies. Well, no. They're just all evil. more evil than
And
Wayne.
who else wants to have a company there? You're either getting terrorized by the Joker or the Rogues, or getting visited by Batman. Because get out of town.
Yeah.
Because he's with his buddy Bruce Wayne. He doesn't want you guys competing.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
But I like that.
Any Hoosies.
But yeah, I like a smaller Batmobile. I mean, the 90s Batmobile from the comics would have been cool, but I mean, no, the 80s.
The 80s is a vibe right now. Hashtag deal with it.
Oh, synergy.
Well,
84.
That's an interesting question there. Well, I do think that they're taking the right lessons from Shazam and Wonder Woman, and sort of getting away from like lightning bolts, like lasers into the sky. And I don't think we'll get a laser into the sky in this. I think we'll get a nice, simple Batman story with some great detective work, some punch 'em ups.
About time we got some detective
and that's what the kids want these days. A villain who is not a crazed sociopath with a political agenda or an apolitical agenda. Someone that just wants to steal stuff for money. That's what Batman needs. A villain who wants to steal stuff for money.
Well,
we do got Catwoman in it, so.
Well, I think we're gonna have multiple villains. So I wonder if there's gonna be a gang war or something.
I don't think it's gonna be multiple villains. I think it's gonna be like a tease for the next, movie. It's like, oh, we introduced this guy. Definitely we're gonna introduce Harvey. See what that relationship's like.
Well, did you see the other bit of news? They announced that they hired twin actors for the movie, Charlie and Max Carver. So they're like, what are we doing with twins?
Yeah, they're from Teen Wolf.
They're like,
and also The Leftovers.
Yeah, so they're like, all right, what are we doing? Are we doing Two-Face Goons? Are we doing Tweedledee and Tweedledum? Are we doing the Trigger Twins?
Probably Tweedledee and Tweedledum is where your money's gonna be.
So make the Mad Hatter the villain? That's yeah.
I mean,
it's a choice. It's better than the Riddler. It's better than Joker.
Hey,
There's been things that have been done to death.
We haven't had.
And plus, they want to capitalize on that Gotham fandom too. When you think about it, so.
And plus, we haven't had Hatter in live action since what? Batman '66.
Yeah. There might be a reason for that, Philip.
Plot twist: it's Puzzler, because they're not allowed to use the Riddler for some reason.
I mean, what I was actually thinking is, wouldn't it be really cool if the actual villain of it is Catwoman, and it's really about a Batman Catwoman dynamic, and this sort of, especially if you get a nice Bruce Selina story mixed in with
you have to hit that button, right, Phil?
What button?
This guy over here wanting complex emotions with a woman. No, she's a black woman with a whip. Nah, she ain't getting her full story. Sorry, y'all can fight me, but I know my DC and Warner Brothers. Okay, I know them.
Lilith, I am a sweet summer child, and I always hope for the best.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
I'm a sweet summer child.
I'm just saying, I think it would be really great if that is what they decided to pursue. That is what they decided to look at. Is what if we did a story where Batman and Catwoman are antagonists, and it is.
Didn't we already get that though with Anne Hathaway? Technically,
yeah. I just wonder I just wonder if they're going to start her out as the cat burglar or whatever. But I wonder if they are going to go for the relationship.
They're doing year one Catwoman. They have to be.
Well, for what it's worth, since they did cast a woman of color, maybe they're going to go full Eartha Kitt on this. And remember that the Eartha Kitt, she had things for Batman's utility belt, but it wasn't. It was a no strings attached for her. And so I don't think it's going to be, I think it is going to be, a woman with a whip kind of storyline. And maybe Brucey likes it, I'm just saying, I think that if you want to explore that kind of story, and you look at the Selina-Bruce relationship on Gotham, and how that did inform that story, and and really propel it. I think that's an important lesson that DC might have learned, and saying, let's really look at this and look and have ourselves, for what it's worth, give ourselves a Loki who's going to be our antagonist in the first film, but then we can sort of do a nice face turn by the third film where she's really an anti-hero.
I just wonder if it's like they were going to go like end up at least by the first or second movie, have them in a relationship because that's where they're at in the comics, but I don't know.
For now.
But the twins, I don't know about the Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'd rather see like the Trigger twins. Twin cowboys.
No. Steampunk cowboys are out now, son. We're about 5 years too late on that trend. I'm just saying.
Somebody's enforcers. I'm telling you.
It's their Mirror Master. I don't know.
Listen. They're known for their abs. I don't know how they can work in what the Carver twins are known for in this movie.
Yeah, but aren't Tweedledee and
I don't know.
usually like overweight? It's like, Trigger twins usually are.
But see, it's 2020. Everybody's lost weight on the keto diets and the whatnots. It's fine.
Except for Thor.
Gotham Chemicals gave me abs.
Yeah.
Basically.
I'm yeah. Who knows? I mean, maybe
they're definitely feeling super young, though.
Oh,
they
actually, you know what?
Super hot topic right now.
Well, yeah, I mean,
they would be
what, pushing 50?
Looks like what? 60, but I'll keep that to myself.
Yeah. I think they're going to be Catwoman's henchmen. She could have two dude henchmen and twins. Why not? They're Siamese, if you please. It would be a
Lady in the Tramp would like to have a word with you. Don't get us sued by Disney, please. Your mom's overlord it has an itchy suing finger. I'm just saying.
They're like, leave Charlie alone. He promotes us every week.
Yeah, no, they love me. Disney loves me. No, but I could see Catwoman especially if they go for a real villainous Catwoman, having a couple of strapping young twin henchmen. I could totally see Eartha Kitt having two strapping young twin henchmen around as she needs them.
We're all acting like Zoe Kravitz is old when she's younger than every single person on this damn podcast.
I'm not talking about Eartha Kitt. Eartha Kitt wasn't old when she did Batman in the 60s, man. Eartha Kitt was...
I guess old for the 60s is different than old for 2020. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. She was a contemporary of Adam West at the time.
There we go.
Yes. She was an age-appropriate romance. But she was a big bottle of sex appeal.
Yes,
and
we can agree. We can all agree on that. Sorry, Julie Newmar. You too. Let's not forget Julie Newmar.
There was nothing wrong with any of those.
But you know what? What I will say is, when you had Eartha Kitt, she could be far more aggressive and far more,
Well, that's a whole can of worms in and of itself that I don't want to get into.
Yeah,
I've been trying to kind of avoid that.
I'm just saying. Well, and for what it's worth, that also fed into Eartha Kitt as a character of herself. She was She was very much a kind of lady.
You do what you do. You do what you must. You do what you must. Hey. I get it. Hey. Moving on.
I had no problem with any of the three Catwomen. They were all perfect.
Yes, they were all wonderful. But so it would be neat if that's the thing. If we don't know who the other villain is, I think that maybe focusing on a Catwoman-centric story might be the way to go. And it's certainly something they've never done before.
The way that I know him, though, it's just like, I don't know. I just have too many issues with everybody involved in this movie, and I don't give them the benefit of the doubt like that.
That's okay. Lilith has the heart of a winter child.
I do. Winter is never coming because it's always here. It never leaves in my heart. It's always cold and gray. It's fine.
She is Elsa.
When did you get a heart?
Any whoosies.
I don't want to murder little redheads. What?
No, well,
that was my takeaway from Frozen.
Oh, I was going by the. I was thinking of the original Hans Christian Andersen one, where she didn't really want to murder anyone, but she liked people whose hearts had been turned to cold and cruelty. So
I need it bigger.
It's a fun story. Anyways,
what else you got on the agenda? Just don't sit back.
Okay.
Buttons.
Hell, sure buttons. Anyway, all right, and I know everyone's sick of me bringing this up, but oh my god, Picard episode 7 this week.
And to quote my Facebook quote, is CBS paying you? Because if not, they should be.
No, but if they would like to offer me their dirty money, I will take it. No, I mean, come on. In the last episode, he stepped through the magic Borg portal that basically teleported him a couple, however far away. He goes to the planet where Troy and Riker are living now with their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Their daughter.
Is she anything like her grandma? Because I figured the child of those two would very much be like her grandma. I'm just saying.
No, she's.
Did they name the child Majel?
No, they named her Kestra. Do you remember what significance that name
has?
Kestra, yes.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Because that was Troy's older sister who died when Troy was a baby. Remember?
Okay.
They had a son who died.
Take your word for it.
Then they had an older son before that who died. I guess he had some kind of silicone-based disease, but it was like they're like, oh well, something about a neural net could have helped him, cured him, but it's since everyone gave up on researching the artificial life forms and artificial life forms themselves, and they had no cure. So,
and it all comes full circle.
But I mean, most of this episode is just Picard hanging out with them and basically talking to them like, "Oh, I'm in over my head," with Data's daughter and the whole thing, and everyone's like, "Oh, look,
pirates."
Yeah, Picard's vulnerable. He would never admit doubts or whatever on the original series.
Well, they're not on a ship anymore. He doesn't have to be God, and number one doesn't have to be number one. They can do that now. They had that relationship towards kind of the end of the series, though. To be fair.
Oh my lord, they're living old school too, though. But because Riker was making pizza in a pizza oven outside.
Oh. Yeah, well, he always liked to cook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But no,
he doesn't like the taste of replicated food. He wants to know an animal.
Everything tastes like chicken. Food. It's fine.
Hey-oh. But no, very good episode. I think the best one so far. Again, Lilith, episode 7. No 7 of 9, but guess who comes back next episode for episode 8? 7 of 9.
Damn it! Get it together, CBS! Get it together!
They're doing it just to mess with you, Hellfire. Oh, I could steal the Matt Kona.
She's a fan favorite, Lilith.
I'll steal the Matt Kona joke. He goes, what they originally wanted to call 7 of 9? 8:53.
I don't
minutes until 9, Charlie, out there.
Oh, okay. 7 of 9.
So Matt, it's not funny because you had to explain the joke.
I know it took me the first.
I'm not a clever man.
It took me a second to get it too.
It's got to be longer. I need a full length one.
Yeah.
I bet you do, buddy.
Oh.
Anywho,
I won't say that. But yeah, only 3. Oh, so Will, did you tell me to tell you when the season's over? Yeah, there's only 3 more.
Yeah, so I can binge it all. Sorry, CBS All Access. I don't know that I trust you with all my money just yet. I don't know.
So in 3 weeks, it'll be the season 1 finale. So.
Okie dokie.
So do you find
there was some Disney news? I believe you boys wanted to talk, or are you going to save that for Super Connectivity?
What?
your Disney news that you guys are talking about, the TV shows or whatever.
Oh, I was going to say that for super connectivity, but I mean.
Okie dokie. No, I just.
There were actually two.
Stay tuned for super connectivity.
I've got a list for super. I have a list for super connectivity anymore.
Oh, I've been sending in stuff all week.
It just magically appears. Yes. Oh, but no, but you know what? I did see. Did you see that they moved because of coronavirus? They moved the James Bond movie from April 10th to November 12th. And then, but then, meanwhile, Disney's like, we're not moving Black Widow.
No, they're not, because they got.
That'll be something for them to blame if it doesn't do well. I get it.
Well, no, I think it's like a chain reaction. It's like a chain reaction. It's like, if we move back Black Widow, then that affects Eternals, and that affects this.
Exactly.
And I'm sure they probably want Black Widow to come before Cap and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. They got a plan, and not for nothing. Real estate is real estate. And
it's May. Black Widow's May.
Less competition.
It's like 2 more months till Black Widow.
Exactly.
The week will be dead by then.
Well, either all be dead, or this whole coronavirus will be done by then.
The herd will be thin.
Well, all have it and be dead, or
the strong will see Black Widow. Will die.
Yes. What a way to go.
What, Scarlett Johansson?
Well, Yeah, it is what it is. It's the coronavirus. It's out there. It's already made landfall. It's going to start creeping across, and, just wash your dang hands.
And don't touch your face.
Yeah. If you wash your hands, I don't know.
I just want to point everyone else keeps bringing up. It's like, all these like hand washing signs are everywhere now, and it's like, Purell and stuff is selling out now, and it's just like, and all the hand sanitizer, and people are like, why weren't you dirty people washing your hands before this?
Well, first off, you don't.
Not everybody hoards soap like I do.
Yeah, you don't need that much hand sanitizer. It's just,
Yeah, I know. Wait, you hoard soap?
Little goes a long way, but people overdo things. They panic and they overdo things, and it is they're selfish a-holes is what it is, because you don't really need all that.
That too.
Suck it.
That too.
So what you?
But no, I think that. I think it was a mistake to move James Bond. I think they probably moved James Bond
for other reasons. Honestly, who even cares about James Bond anymore? Nobody.
They need to retool the premise. I think instead of like one guy, they need to make it the concept like
the code name.
It's like an organization.
Well, we'll just do more with the they have a 00 universe that they can explore. I think this one is supposed to be doing that, where they have 006.
And you can even make 007 James Bond like a code name, so it's like you can have anyone in there.
No, that's stupid. Nobody likes that idea.
Actually, it's got a lot of traction in the fandom, but
only
old people don't like it. Suck an Xer.
Think about this: you can have like a for the ones who live. You can have like a retirement home. So if you go to the retirement home, you see Sean Connery.
The whole thing is that means that he has 2 code names. So he has the code name 007 and the code name James Bond. That makes no sense.
Spy organization. Sorry, answer.
Suck it. I don't know. As somebody who actually prefers the books to the movies, I don't like that idea personally. But hey, if the fandom wants to give it to them, because those last 2 Bond movies did not do well, so you got to do something. You got to do something for the fans.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think the thing you do is you just start expanding your universe and you start building out what the 00 organization really is and what it does.
Dame Judi Dench is dead in that universe, so that universe is technically dead to me.
What?
Yeah, they wanted to go back to like this kind of back to basic thing. They wanted Bond to have it's a whole thing, and I didn't agree with. So it's just like, whatever, dude, whatever. You go ahead and have your Skyfall.
Heck, you really want to do something. You really want to do what you do is you make Bond the new M.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would like that a lot.
And have him running the whole Nick Fury gambit with the 00.
There you go. Yeah.
Like, don't you try it, because I did it and I did it better.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Daniel Craig. You don't have to think in so much shape, because every movie's like, I don't know if I want to come back. Then they back the money truck up.
Well, quiet as this kept, nobody was really clamoring for him to come back the first 2 times.
But yeah, I like that. Make him the new, quote unquote Nick Fury, and then bring in younger guys, bring in women, bring it all in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, the entire you theoretically have at least 9 different 00s that you could have, 9 secret agents for the 00 team. 00s 1 through 9. Oh, and probably 000. Triple O, That's, unless they retire his number. And then you gotta have, 00 hashtag, because ran out of numbers now, so.
The young agent 00.
Listen, I'm just saying maybe we don't need the Bond franchise since we have the Kingsman franchise. I'm just saying maybe let's just let Bond phase out.
Do we though?
Yeah, we really do.
Is Kingsman?
It's a thing. It makes money.
Are they making more?
Everybody loves Taron Egerton.
They only made 2.
So
they're making more.
Yeah, they're making more. Of course, he's making more. Come on.
Yeah, I think even doing a prequel now called The King's Man.
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, so there's a first one.
I kind of dig that universe. It's you don't have to think about it. It's fun, punch them up, and hot people doing hot things. Sometimes that's all you need.
Oh, there you go.
I'm having a sausage fest.
It's by Harry Potter.
With attractive people. Hey, don't at me.
They're spies that they have to be attractive. Nobody cares if you're attractive if you're a wizard.
Okay.
Name really hot wizards.
Ooh, everybody that was on Waverly Place on Disney. Yeah, there we go. Selena Gomez, baby! Selena Gomez!
Oh, my.
Yes, the Wizards of Waverly Place are hot. Yes, there we go. So there you go. Disney makes wizards hot.
Except for their Sorcerer Supreme. Fight me, Cumberbatches! I don't care! It's Friday night. I do not effing care. Fuck it. Moving right along, Philip. What else is on the agenda before I get banned from Twitter?
Okay. Okay. I'll throw this out because Charlie won't know who these are. But Lil, did you see they promoted Brandon McKnight and Kayla Compton, aka Chester and Allegra on Flash, this season regulars for season 7?
Bro, we've had this, dear Flash. We have had this damn conversation with Ralph, with I'm over it.
Well,
I'm over it.
I was going to say, does this mean Carlos is definitely leaving? Is Cisco leaving?
Look, I don't care. Look, Carlos Valdez, I love you, babe, but you had your chance. You keep playing these games for money, and I'm over it. Well, go back to Broadway.
Maybe they're
go find Stein and go sing a damn song. Well, goodbye.
Maybe they're over it because did you see the last Flash? I mean, basically, Chester's already taken over for Cisco. It's they're basically like, okay, you want to leave? Go ahead, bye.
Honestly, I think for Crisis for fan service or whatever, and turns out I was right.
They need him for
yeah, I don't like either of those. I don't like Ralph. We need to be downsizing in the further seasons, not upping the cast.
Yeah.
I need the story to be back about Barry. I don't even care about Iris anymore. I need Barry. We need to fix him.
I know. Before this last episode, after Crisis, I was like, where the hell's Barry at? Do barely get him anymore.
Yeah. It's called The Flash. I'm sorry. Excuse me for wanting some Flash.
And speaking of this mirror story, get Iris out of the damn mirror already.
Leave her there and cover up the mirror for all I care at this point.
And I love people.
I'm sorry, Candace. I love you. But, if I was your agent, I would have you on your own show on the CW. You know what I'm saying? You can just hit me on Twitter. We can talk about it. Whatever. I think it's time to move on from The Flash.
Why is she in a mirror?
So I guess it's like,
where do we start?
Mirror Master.
Okay. So what is inside the mirror?
It's like a whole mirror. It's like a whole nother. It looks like this whole.
But it's mirrored. Get it?
Yeah, but like, so like if she goes outside in the mirror universe, is it like full of people?
No, it's like that's the thing. It's like empty except for this woman who's trapped in there with her. Which they're doing female mirror master, right?
Of course.
Mm.
Because every villain has to be a female now because we live in a Clamfest Arrowverse. You know what? I don't care. Y'all can be mad at me. I don't care.
Hashtag feminism.
Yeah, basically, that's what the Arrowverse boils down to. And like I said, it goes so past feminism that it's post-feminism, right back to misogynistic BS. So I can't with the Arrowverse.
They like their women with whips.
Oh.
No, they like their women to be whipping boys is the problem. Screaming! Ugh.
And speaking of Arrowverse news, did everyone see Melissa Benoist is pregnant?
Oh, Mazel!
Supergirl is pregnant. Oh my God, with Chris Wood's baby, like
canine baby.
That baby's gonna be so attractive, it's ridiculous.
Oh my Lord!
I hope so.
And I think all babies look like potatoes, really. So.
They do. I know. And Lil, you know what's going to happen, right? Instead of one of their parents is going to be Kevin Smith in the delivery room, right?
Crying on his podcast live blog.
On Instagram. Oh my God.
Making an Insta story about it. He's going to film the birth. That's great.
Kevin Smith's going to do a whole episode on his podcast. Just be like, I was right there. I caught the baby as it came out.
I cut the cord. Now, Chris Woods is mad, of course, but, I'm Kevin Smith. Whoa. That's a little too personal. Episiotomies are a thing, people.
Kevin Smith's going to be right there.
I'm happy for her, though. She deserves it. She's like sunshine personified. I'm happy for her, though. I just wish they treated her better on her own show.
Because how many episodes did they cut? Because they said they cut the episode short because...
Well, it's 22. It's supposed to be 22, and they cut it to 20.
Oh, did they? Okay.
So it's about like 6 weeks of filming, I guess, or whatever.
You only cut 2 episodes. Okay.
I mean, it was getting fewer and fewer anyway. Like, it was supposed to be 23, and then didn't like one season have like 20 already, or was it 21?
Was that the first season though that they only had like 20 or something?
No, it was like the second season when they moved to CW or something.
I don't know. Maybe because I thought they've all had like 22 since then.
And can I just, since we're talking about the CW, like, what the hell happened to Nancy Drew? So I finally all caught up on Nancy Drew. It was a trudge. And, like, I love Nancy Drew, the books. But, like, why does Nancy Drew have a supernatural twist? What?
I haven't seen it, but I would assume it's because they're doing all...
Because Riverdale? Yeah, like, everybody thinks Nancy Drew's a Riverdale spinoff, and I'm like, look here, mother effer. Riverdale wishes it had the balls of the Nancy Drew universe.
The show. The
show on the CW.
The TV show. Oh, on CW. Oh, they have a Nancy Drew show.
Yeah, it's got a supernatural twist. It's like I can see my Nancy, especially because she's a redhead. Heyo. But like I can see like little bits of her, but like that supernatural thing has just clouded the whole first season for me. It's very divisive. I hope they just get rid of it in season 2.
Like I said, I have watched neither, but I would assume they're going the supernatural route because they're like, oh, hey, it works for Riverdale, and the kids seem to like that.
But it's not. Technically, Riverdale isn't supernatural, though. Technically, like, they're still trying to skirt that line that it's just all the drugs in the water, like, literally, in the maple syrup. Like, literally, that's the answer. Like I said, Riverdale's a mess.
So when you say it's supernatural, do you mean like it's spooky?
Like, I'm talking ghosts. Hauntings.
Like actually, not like rich
like seances, Charlie.
Is it like Scooby-Doo?
Well, yeah, you can have a seance,
but they're actually monsters.
Well, yes, no, seriously.
Are you sure they're not just leading up with all of that to? It was Old Man McGillicuddy the whole time.
No, they're dead serious about this supernatural presence. Like, the whole town is super superstitious because it's a maritime town. The whole deal, like, they went all in on this supernatural thing, so.
Yeah, well,
it's very perplexing.
Yeah. I guess I
like a mystery that I can solve, and I just feel like when you do ghosts, anything goes, and whatever the showrunner wants to do and have to subvert expectations.
But that's weird because
I dealt with eight seasons of Pretty Little Liars with that crap. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't get the whole ghosts thing because that's there are other ghost hunting mystery people. That's not really.
Why do that to Nancy Drew? Why? And then I go, oh, it's the same people. Great Gossip Girl books, and totally screwed my favorite character, Nate, and they didn't make Serena and Blair end up together. So I'm just like, it just explains everything. Stop adapting books if you don't read them. That's my point.
Well, yeah.
Just please. Okay, and that was my CW rant. I'm sorry, we're off track. Comic books? Anything else, Philip?
No, yeah, we can go to comic books. Yeah, go to comics.
Phil's Comics Corner.
Charlie Esther, I have a question for you. Why did you ask me if I read Batman?
Oh, I was just reading a spoiler for it about there was this other supervillain who had a detective, and he got the Riddler and the Penguin and Catwoman and the Joker together, and that's when Joker went from just being a clown-themed villain to being crazy.
You mean the designer?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm liking the story, but what the whole thing is, it's like, well, if you read it, right?
Yeah.
It's
I don't know why I torture
like back in
myself.
the early days, like back when like Dick Grayson was Robin, like this designer guy shows up in Gotham, and he gets Joker, Penguin, Catwoman, and Riddler, and says, I'll help you with your plans, I'll help you up your games and stuff. So he talks, to Catwoman and Penguin and Riddler, and they're basically like, oh yeah, because like I guess Catwoman had a plot to like steal all of Bruce Wayne's stuff, and and all they all have these plans.
It's Ra's al Ghul, isn't it?
What?
The designer is Ra's al Ghul, right?
I don't know. They haven't revealed who it is, but no,
it's Ra's al Ghul.
Because they make it look like in this issue, in the end, in the flashback, it looks like they kill him, but now he's like back all of a sudden.
Not.
After years, he's back. So yeah,
he's Ra's al Ghul.
But yeah, he's gonna help the Gotham.
He's Czar. Get it right.
He was gonna. Oh, don't you dare! He was gonna talk to. He was gonna help all the villains up their game, and then he talked to the Joker and realized he's like, oh my God! He saw like how dark the Joker was. He was just like, kill them all. He's like, I'm not bringing all this evil into the world. The Joker spooked him somehow.
Oh, so wait, the Joker wanted to kill them all?
A glimpse of like sanity.
No, once they don't what he said, but the designer sat down with the rest of them, he was fine. The minute he sits down with the Joker in private and hears all his inner thoughts, he was like, kill them all. He's like, I'm not gonna be responsible for unleashing this on Gotham or the Joker spooked him somehow.
Yeah, well, so really, okay. I mean, yeah, that's fine. That's the Joker for you.
But kid, get your copies of Batman 91 next issue, because I guess Punchline's showing up again.
Yeah.
I wonder if 89.
Yeah.
Last. I wonder if that's still selling high, even though she was in 2 whole panels.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out Hill House Comics because Daphne Byrne #3 is out. Laura Marks and Kelly Jones collaboration, so just gonna shout that out.
Oh, Kelly Jones.
Yeah, doing the artwork. It's a really great, dark, gothic-esque vibe on the artwork. It's what kind of keeps pulling me back. I mean, Daphne still needs to kind of be like a little more filled out, but I definitely love like the case that she's working on. So because it's for her mother who she hates, so we can all relate sometimes, right? Yeah.
What's the name of it again?
Daphne Byrne #3.
Okay. Cool. Oh, Lilith, did you read Superman Villains?
I had to. everybody that I like read reviews for, they hated it. So I was just like, I didn't think it was that bad though. I was like, come on, how you gonna hate on Lex Luthor, Mongol, and Toyman? Like, what? Get a grip.
Yeah, I mean,
it's fine. It's character driven. I don't think people are used to character driven stories anymore. So it's kind of like,
yeah, no, I didn't.
You know, that threw everybody off a bit.
I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, I didn't think there was that much of it. I mean, there was a few villains they focused on a little bit, but I mean, I guess Mongol is like just a long line of. It's like George Foreman. They all named themselves Mongol, so the son keeps.
Yes.
Every generation, the son kills the father. And
I felt like we already knew that though for some reason.
What?
I feel like we already knew that, but
I know. Well, I think they did it once. They showed one son and father, but now, yeah, I guess it's a line stretching back to the beginning of time. It's just like I said, like George Foreman. They all named themselves Mongol.
You know, like I said, Matt Fraction needs a lot more work. So does Jody Hauser in DC. Like, we gotta kind of like, you know what I mean? Like Greg Rucka, like, oh, it's so old and overdone. Like, shake it up. Which I think is why I like this book, because it's like showcasing some of the new talent that we could be getting more of. Hopefully, if you buy the book and voice your opinion.
I liked it. There's a bunch of stuff. I mean, we saw in Doomsday Clock. You know, it happened, but I mean, Ma and Paul Kent are back in continuity.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I'm still like very, very perplexed about it.
Well, it's like, does he
really need Ma and Paul Kent at this point? I really feel like he doesn't.
I have no problem with them. Quit going back and forth. Either keep them alive or kill them and keep them dead. One or the other, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, but I love
that's
it.
How I feel.
I don't know why he would do this, but I love the part where Firefly just like buzzes the Daily Planet building and he just sees Clark Kent standing in front of the window and he takes off.
Didn't want to get hit with that heat ray vision, you know.
And I love Clark just like trying to apologize to the Planet employees, and the one girl she's like, "Okay, everyone, does everyone feel safer knowing you're working right next to Superman?"
Yeah.
Oh my lord! But my favorite 2 pages. I know it's a stupid joke, but the Lex 2 pages. Like he gets the office Charlie, and he's like checking his messages, and it's like he has 98 messages. So he starts playing his voicemails. It's like first message. Second, he's like delete. Second message. He's like delete. Third message. He just starts flipping out because I guess all 98 messages of the Joker laughing at Lex, you know, because he didn't figure out Clark Kent was Superman.
Okay.
You know, Mr. Lex, you know, he's always 5 steps ahead of everybody. The Joker's just calling laughing at him like, you idiot.
I'm surprised that I'm surprised he didn't just, you know, take a page out of Joker's book. It's like, oh, I knew all along. I don't want to beat Clark Kent. I want to beat Superman. You know, I don't know. Something like that.
It's a joke. You wouldn't get it. Well, it's a joke. You wouldn't get it.
Oh, is it the Batman thing? Because it's like they're showing like the Joker seems to know who all the Robins and Batgirl are. So are we?
Well, you would think. I mean, wait, that's not this continuity.
You see that one page, was it in 89 or 88? He had a wall and he had everyone's picture. He's like, you know, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Barbara Gordon. He had everyone's name except for Bruce. So they're not going to pull something stupid where he knows every Robin, but he doesn't know who Batman is. Are we?
Wait to see it in the 3 Jokers. Get it?
Coming in 2025.
No, it's supposed to be out like what, this year? Like July or something?
I don't know if they announced the official release date. Lilith, don't wreck it.
Oh, wait. Lilith. Did I just? Never mind. You did not hear that then.
Oh.
I feel like I read that somewhere. It might have been We Got This Covered, though, so don't quote me on it.
I don't remember seeing it anyway. Oh, did Lilith just drop top secret information?
No, I swear it might have been We Got This Covered. Like, I promise.
Sure,
like
Lilith. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. We might be getting 3 Jokers this year.
Just out of curiosity, I keep on seeing this clip for like the Joker got Batman tied up and his mask is off and it's Bruce Wayne. What is this from?
Oh, that's from the Harley Quinn show, isn't it? The electric car one?
Harley Quinn, yeah.
Yeah. There's like I saw a whole longer clip of it.
Where's my damn car, Bruce?
Well, because Batman was helping Harley because Joker like kidnapped her whole crew, and he's got the basically threatening Gotham, and he has Batman tied up, and I forget, was it Scarecrow or something unmasked him, and Joker's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "That's all we do."
Well, no, there's a clip that I was seeing where it's like, I just found out that my arch nemesis is just a rich guy who likes to dress up like a bat and beat up people.
Yeah. That was Harley Quinn. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what that's from. I've been wondering what that's from.
Yeah.
You should have told me it's just fan art. Don't worry about it.
A couple more.
Well, that's what I thought at first. I thought there was some storyline where, like, Bruce Wayne pretended to be Batman, so Batman could show up later and distract the Joker.
Couple more chemicals in it, and we could have said, Lilith made that.
Yes, but okay. So I was just curious about that.
But wait a minute, Lilith, can you give us a scoop? Come on, make us big.
No, seriously, I promise you, I read that somewhere, and it's probably we got you covered. Like, honest to God,
it's just meant to.
It is coming. Like I can, that much I can tell you. It has actually been written. We just don't know when it's going to be published.
I don't.
And to be fair, I only know that one issue has been written. Like, for sure. So
we're recording this March.
I don't know.
We're recording this March 6th, 2020. So remember where you heard that first. Three Jokers is coming this year. It's only been 4 years. Don't rush the people.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. It's been through some hands, as you do.
Just like Lilith. Hey-oh!
They wish. Did you read Strange Adventures from our friend Tom King and art by Mitch Gerard?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I love that cover. That's what really drew me in. And then the story was like adorable. No, not that one. The Stranger Danger cover.
Oh, yeah, no. I got this one. So what did you think? I mean, I wanted to see if it was going to be like the Mr. Miracle.
Yeah! It's like a low-key Mr. Miracle vibe, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
But it got like, it's like super like complex and deep and like already in its issue 1 holding the punch with what he wants to do. So I appreciate that. I'm not on the fence about issue number 2. I'm in.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it. Yeah, I know. Then he gets like framed for like that murder, and then he like hands his ray gun to Batman.
Yeah, but is he framed? Because I feel like the story is like he's lying to himself about something, but what?
Well, do you think he has some side?
So maybe he did do it.
He had a psychotic break or something because he hands Batman his gun and says, "Here,
Exactly. So he's lying to himself about something. What is it? Did he really do it?
Or he's been to space. Could he be taken over by some space alien or something?
I hope it's not that. I trust Tom King more than that. That's all I will say.
But then he wanted an impartial person who, Batman kind of knows him, so he calls in Mr. Terrific.
Haha, get it?
That's terrific. But yeah, no, I liked it. Like I said, I'm still here for it. I was gonna say this is another 12, right? Yep.
Yeah. So this is like also this seems to be going the way of like a self-contained story. I don't know how people feel about self-contained stories in 2020, but I'm actually like really here for it. I say just wall everybody off in their own universe for a little bit. I'm tired of giant events and colossal crossovers. Huh. Just let something be self-contained.
Well, I mean, the Mr. Miracle thing was self-contained, and people like that. At least I did.
I do. Of course, we both did. What Marvel stuff can we talk that is not on your super connectivity agenda?
Well, nothing. Comic books are never really on my agenda. We just get to them when we get to them. So, We got Dr. Doom, Black Cat, Ms.
Spider-Man.
Marvel.
Well, we do a little show called Ultimate Spider-Cast, so I was thinking Spider-Man Noir #1.
Oh, that was fun.
Everyone read Spider-Man Noir?
See how I snuck that shameless plug right in there, Philip? Right in there?
Yeah, stick it right in there. So what you want
This
to?
isn't Wade's World, Philip.
So you want to talk about Spider-Man Noir?
We can talk Spider-Man Noir.
Okay.
So this is after he gets back from the last Spider-Geddon-averse cross line.
Where he was supposedly dead, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you're better now."
I got better.
Yeah, say you got better. Say.
Yeah, so that's nice. So he does have spider powers in this and web shooters. Does everyone know he's Spider-Man?
It seemed that way. I don't know, but it
I mean, I know. I mean, obviously Aunt May and MJ know it, and it seems like Jameson maybe knows it too. And
they've been playing with current continuity since current 616.
I mean,
knows who he is.
He puts on the mask, but then that's like the only thing that changes from his regular outfit.
It's noir, it's pulpy, it's moody, it's fun.
Hey, I liked it though. But and of course we got a little Hellstrom reference here. That was nice. And the two sisters, the Byzantinists. Gotta love Byzantinists. And what's weird is I get the feeling, and maybe I'm just out on a limb here, she's totally a Nazi, but is cool with it. Like that's going to be the thing. It's like they're going back to Berlin. It's like, no, it's just the Nazis. We're all nice and lovely. It's like, no, man, Nazis aren't cool. It's like, oh, you're just an American. You don't understand how cool Nazis are, and that's going to be their conflict after they.
It's going to be like Indiana Parker and the.
Yes, it's a very Indiana Jones-esque globe-trotting through this Norwalk world, murder mystery, Maltese Falcon kind of thing. And I'm kind of here for it. I really love the dialogue. I'm in love with the artwork. Oh my God, this artwork blew me away. I love it so much. Very fantastic.
It is really nice, and I really I liked the Jameson character. I like Peter and Jameson kind of being contemporaries too.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, because they were checking the crime scene and everything.
Why did it have to be the Black Cat nightclub? Poor Black Cat nightclub.
Well, at least it's just a nightclub. It's not like Black Cat got killed or anything.
I know, I'm just saying.
But Lilith, did you hear? Is this a mini series or is it an ongoing or?
It's 5 issues.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 5 issues.
Yeah. So the Kingpin busted up Felicia Hardy's club, and I guess busted up Felicia too. Is that the implication in that?
Well, that waitress or whatever got killed, but I don't think they didn't say anything about anyone else getting.
She was in the hospital. It said something about her being broken up too, or something. I don't know. So, I thought I got that Felicia had run afoul.
Unless I missed that.
But that
this is the weird thing about Margaret Stoles, though. Like, I love her novels and the video game stuff that she's worked on, but I haven't really been like a fan of her comic book stuff. But like, I'm like here for this. Like, it's so weird. Like, I love her novels, but the comic book stuff that they had her doing, it feels like she's kind of doing it for a paycheck. And this feels like she's doing it for like the love of the character and wanting to flesh out a world. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the Margaret Stoll stuff I've read in comics, I think was Captain Marvel, which isn't exactly your favorite anyway. So.
Exactly. That could be it too. That could be it.
But no, I know what she wrote, Charlie. That Black Widow novel you got.
Mm-hmm.
That's Margaret.
Oh, that was her?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, I got to read that novel one of these days.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Yeah, they were good.
Got to get that quarantine for the coronavirus so I can just sit around and read all day.
3 weeks.
That's what they're saying now, man. coronavirus.
Did anybody pick up Marvel #1?
Marvel?
No, I was debating it. I saw that, but I already had my 5 books for the week, and
it's kind of like Alex Ross, so it's a must for me. Like that's like a name I see. I don't care what it is. Yeah, I'll just put it in my cart. Give it to me. It's fine.
I mean, it looked really cool. It was like early Avengers and the Hulk, so that was cool. What happens in it, Lilith?
You don't really see. I'm just kind of here for the art. Like I just thumb through the art, but like it's kind of cool to see his teenagers. You know what I mean? Like we've seen the DC stuff, so it's cool to see. And so yeah, I just flipped through it for the pictures. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Well, there you go. Well, hey,
kind of like an Insta, but a book.
Oh, hey, Lilith, you probably didn't pick up Flash 750, did you?
No. Okay, like what happened? How much was it? Was it a normal size issue? What's going on?
Well, no, it's $7.99, but you got a couple stories in here. First you got
$7.99 for a post New 52 Flash story. I don't care how many stories are in it. Not gonna pick it up.
Wait. The first story was current Barry, and some of the stuff that's going on, including the new villain. What's his face? Paradox. But then no, Lilith, we got a couple stories because the second story was it was set back during like the Wally West.
Wait a minute, hold on.
What?
Paradox? They need to have Paradox on the TV show because he just blew up everything. So I'm just saying, the next season better be Paradox.
But no, the second story was set there. It was Jeff Johns and Scott Collins, set during their run on Wally. And then we get
was there any Jay Garrick? That's all I need.
Yes, there's a Jay Garrick story, Miss Lil Help.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you would have picked up some of these for. There's a bunch of variants for this. I think there's even a Jay Garrick variant for this.
Well, I'll have to call my comic book guy.
Does this go Does that mean there's been 750 issues of the Flash since Jay Garrick?
Yes, I believe so because when Barry he was in a couple issues of Showcase, but then Barry's numbering picked up where Jay Garrick's left off back in the day. So yeah.
Okay.
So it should be, yeah.
So cool. Is he looking like JW? Was that little Ship?
Maybe.
He looking a little bit like Ship?
Maybe.
Well,
And then of course the final story is Wally in the Mobius chair with Dr. Manhattan powers.
Oh boy!
Oh, you know how I feel about that story.
I know, but basically, he's like, I keep seeing 2 timelines. He's like, when I first became Kid Flash, and hey, look, then there's that other timeline where there's 2 Wallys. Hey, what?
Damn, Flash is ruining the universes. They need to go have a talk with Franklin Richards. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's because you mean Franklin Richards?
Franklin Richards is such a BA
that he could fix the DC timeline.
But no, I think Flash 750 was one of it was one of the better ones that we've had in a while, Flash wise.
Okay,
all right. Let's talk something we all enjoy. Black Cat number 10.
Yes.
Oh yes, that was delightful. Snicked. That was crazy.
You mentioned Black Cat, the dog went crazy.
And those luck powers, those are like some what's her name? Wanda Maximoff level, like reality altering.
What? Oh, the luck.
Oh, just like everything that just happens because, and here's Deadpool showing up, as luck would have it.
Ah!
Also, I'd like to know how Wolverine changes costume so fast. Well, I guess, before they fight the Frankensteins, he's goes from the tattered tuxedo to his full-on, brown and yellow outfit.
Well, they both changed. They both changed at that point.
Oh, I didn't even. Did they? No. Oh, yeah, I guess so. She's still in her color scheme, so that's why I didn't notice it. Yeah. I see, but you're right. Yeah, they both do a nice costume change before the Frankenstein.
It says 27 minutes later, so.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yep. And they got to read all the fine print in these comic books. I'm getting old, man.
They're pushing on you.
What's your question, Tristan?
How do you do that drop?
Because they're all made by the same manufacturer, Tristan. We've been over this before. Exactly.
Yes. Put all your fan theories. Come on.
Yes.
Like the Red Dad.
Yep, I know. The Hutco, man, they made a lot of money. Just selling weapons to the Empire and the Rebels and the Republic, and probably sell stuff to the Nil too. Also, hey, it was nice to see the Brothers Grimm getting work in this episode. Last time we saw them, a building fell on them, and Otto warned people not to pay for their medical care.
Oh, that's right. They need employment now. There's no Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, man. Well, that's why they're working. That's why they're on this gig in Madripoor,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Charlie. I know that's still raw. There's no Superior Spider-Man.
I know. He'll be back. It's just they just gotta. Honestly, it's Project Phoenix. It's gonna get knocked over. Someone's gonna push a button. Heck, I think. Who knows? Anna Marie may bring him back.
Yeah, he always has a copy of his brain hanging around somewhere. There's a copy.
He's got like 6 of them. Then you're gonna have that episode where Doc Ock meets Superior
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yes. It'll be fun.
Time travel, something. Somehow Doc Ock gonna fight the Superior Spider-Man at some point.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I guess little state's getting anxious. So, are we cutting this short?
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, but yeah, that was fun, and she gets the painting.
Yes.
For reasons, and Wolverine gets all his stuff back, and he says, "Oh, nothing's out here." There's like original manuscripts written by Ernest Hemingway. There, that's like, oh, that's just a picture from my old pal Ernie. It's like, okay,
unless her fences only buy certain things, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, as far as like valuable stuff, like, oh no, this is just oh, this was just Superman #1. It's signed by the. Yeah, but it's just an old comic book I like to hang on to.
Comics #1 signed in Siegel and Schuster's blood. Yeah, no, that's not worth.
That's valuable to people. People pay money for that. It's
a gratuitous Deadpool appearance.
Yes, well, hey, Deadpool needs work too. And and he was the person who could put on the glasses, get his eyes shut out, and no one would care.
Although I must say, I applaud their. They're not like anytime someone guessed. Well, they put Wolverine on the covers, but it's like there was Iron Fist was in one issue. They didn't put Iron Fist on the cover. I didn't know Deadpool was in this issue till it.
Because it's Iron Fist.
I know, but you would think they would have put Deadpool on the. They would have. You think they would have been like Wolverine and Deadpool in this issue, and they didn't.
No, they did not. No, they had restraint.
Yeah. Because honestly, I'm here for Black Cat.
Yeah, it was a good episode, good issue. I liked it.
Yep.
I paid money for that book. It was good.
From the pull list, right?
Yeah, it's on my pull list.
The only Spider book is on his pull list.
Yeah.
There is one book that I want to shout out before we go because it is our friend Tim Seeley. It's The Crow Leaf #1. It's got art by Elias Cruz from the DW. So the Crow, but the new guy, and he's a circus freak. He loves it circus where somebody crow memories are coming back. So it's a crow. It's in the Crow universe, and it's the first issue's pretty good.
What did you say? The Crow Leaf?
So yeah, LETHE #1. Oh. Tim Seeley.
Cool.
He's so angsty. I love it.
I mean, we loved his work on Nightwing. I'm sure he's doing a good job on the Crow. Oh yeah. I don't know. In particular, my Crow. All right. Are we done?
Yeah.
Lilith's got to earn her dinner. Anyway, so yes, send your thoughts.
More like the other way around, but whatever.
Your dinner has to earn you? Okay. Anyway,
exactly.
Send your thoughts on all the TV, movies, comics. Have questions for Master Doom, send them in, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail.
And none of them better not be, why aren't these guys canceled? Because I will fight you.
What do you want to hear Master Doom and Charlie Esser debate? Email us, call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And check out all our social media or the links to YouTube. Capesandlunatics.org is back up and running. Get all your links everywhere. All in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And support the sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt Killer, Pod Life the book, now in digital and paperback. And again, finance his trip to the Capes and Lunatics episode 150. Use the Amazon link right here in the show notes. When you do, he'll send money to Master Doom and the company to bring you Capes and Lunatics and other fine shows. Like I said, finance his internet connection to get him here for episode 150. Lilith Hellfire.
If you nerds want to hang out with me, you can find me on Twitter via @LilithHellfire or on Instagram @LilithHellfire69.
Party in the front and the back.
Save that for Wade's World.
Scream it!
All right, Charlie Esther.
Well, if you'd like to write to me in that old-fashioned email way, the way our mothers and fathers once did back in the 90s, you can do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. Of course, follow me on the Twitters as I live tweet things when I feel like it. @Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEssser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing.
Thank you, Mom.
You know, as a BoJack fan, you have to say back. Show you have to
I
as
was
a
in a
BoJack
very
fan.
famous TV show. Yes, back in the 90s, I was in a famous TV show. And they never did determine if he was more horse than a man, or more man than a horse.
Well, he never took his pants off, so.
That's it for this week. But for another week, we have been your Capes.
Ampersand.
Lunatics!
Man, Charlie Esser brought it down this week. Will Hellfire brought it up.
Oh, there you go. Got to end you.
Again,
break even.
Yes.
Okay, what do you want to tell me, Tristan?
Oh, that's right. Just 3 more weeks to take episode 150. Take Bill Perry's birthday gift from the Legal Maniac.
Hmm.
And I think they went into a war where they shot